Welcome to the Real Free News audio podcast. Today, an exploration of a theoretical societal model centered on ethnic homogeneity, cultural preservation, and multi-layered hierarchies. It examines structured categorization, governance principles, gender roles, and compatibility factors in a hypothetical framework focused on stability, identity, and organized human relations. The notion of a white ethnostate emerges as a theoretical construct designed to foster racial, cultural, and societal homogeneity among individuals of European descent, addressing modern challenges of intermixture and external influences. This model envisions a bounded territory, be it a city, region, or larger state, where whiteness, defined loosely by European heritage, skin color, and biological markers, serves as the central organizing principle. The ethnostate aims to promote stability, safety, tranquility, and expansion by categorizing all people based on their proximity to this core identity, ensuring comprehensive placement while prioritizing the foundational group's interests. Historical patterns from predominantly uniform societies suggest that such homogeneity correlates with reduced internal discord and heightened communal trust, providing a basis for the framework's emphasis on protective mechanisms and ordered inclusions. By accommodating variations like familial ties and alliances, the model adapts to contemporary realities without diluting its primary focus on cultural ideals and demographic integrity. At the heart of this ethnostate lies a multifaceted hierarchy that ranks individuals from full integration to exclusion, incorporating dual dimensions of whiteness percentage for allegiance and skin tone for compatibility, attitude, and assimilation. Pure whites, with unmixed European ancestry, occupy the pinnacle, embodying the state's essence and holding ultimate duties for its defense and direction. Subsequent tiers, mixed, married, merged, and supportive outsiders, graduate privileges based on these axes, with lighter non-white admixtures favored for their alignment with honor-centric cultural norms and lower directional resentment. This structure acknowledges ambiguities in whiteness boundaries yet maintains clarity through scientific attributions linking lighter phenotypes to greater congruence and reduced envy-driven tensions. The framework thus constructs a totalizing system where every person fits into defined roles, promoting cohesion and resilience against external pressures. This examination delineates the ethnostate's components, exploring its philosophical roots, categorical divisions, internal governance, and strategic imperatives. It integrates supplementary concepts like honor gradients and phenotypic resentment to enhance the hierarchy's precision, drawing on observed patterns in human organization. Through this lens, the model reveals insights into how structured preservation might yield societal excellence, emphasizing virtue-based leadership and adaptive hierarchies for enduring prosperity. The analysis unfolds logically, illuminating the interplay of heritage, order, and competition in societal design. Conceptual foundations and historical contexts. Ethno-nationalism underpins the white ethnostate, viewing societies as extensions of kinship bonds tied to shared ancestry, traditions, and predispositions toward order and innovation. This perspective posits that ethnic groups harbor unique spirits, necessitating separation to safeguard authenticity and avert cultural decay. Whiteness, as the unifying element, encompasses European lineages with inherent traits for cooperation and analytical thought, forming the ethnostate's core to nurture these qualities. The model advocates for homogeneity to achieve communal happiness, free from admixtures that might introduce instability, aligning with ideas of ethno-pluralism where distinct groups thrive in isolated territories. By emphasizing expansion and self-rule, it counters demographic erosion, positioning the ethnostate as a bulwark for racial survival and bio-spiritual continuity. Historical examples from European regions illustrate the benefits of ethnic uniformity. Isolated Nordic societies maintained near-pure ancestries through geographic barriers, yielding stable governance and cultural vitality. 19th-century ethnic nationalisms reshaped empires into kinship-based states, prioritizing Slavic or Nordic unity for reduced strife. In European-descended areas like colonial settlements, restrictions on non-European elements preserved Anglo-Saxon dominance, fostering innovation and trust. Russian movements defined core identities via orthodox ties, adapting hierarchies for supportive inclusions while defending purity. Asian analogues, such as Han-centric assimilation or Yamato homogeneity, reinforced central ethnic control for national strength, demonstrating how preservation enhances defense and societal traits. Scientific disciplines bolster this foundation, with evolutionary psychology attributing in-group favoritism to ancestral adaptations for kin cooperation, yielding altruism in uniform settings. Behavioral genetics identifies inherited predispositions that flourish in aligned environments, supporting bio-spirit concepts. Sociology highlights homogeneity's advantages, including well-being and decision confidence, justifying categorical hierarchies. Skin tone gradients add nuance, correlating lighter tones with honor virtues like loyalty and restraint, while darker tones link to lesser adherence and directional resentment from phenotypic contrasts, such as lighter palms in dark-skinned individuals fostering envy toward uniform lightness. These elements refine compatibility assessments, ensuring the ethnostate structure promotes assimilation and minimizes attitudinal discord. Categorical divisions and hierarchical ranking. The hierarchical structure of this conceptual white ethnostate begins unequivocally with pure whites, individuals of fully unmixed European descent, who stand at the absolute summit, possessing complete rights, privileges, and directional authority over the society's cultural, defensive, and expansionary endeavors. This group constitutes the foundational essence of the ethnostate, embodying unadulterated whiteness in lineage and phenotype. Internally, leadership among pure whites is strictly male-dominated, with ascent determined by demonstrated honor, duty, diligence, and the consistent quality of decision-making that promotes stability, fairness, demographic growth, and geographical defense. Female members, while enjoying equal protections and chivalrous care, contribute perspectives indirectly through male companions, ensuring that their needs for safety and comfort are met without introducing direct governance influence that could compromise competitive resilience against external adversaries. Mixed categories form the next major tier, meticulously subdivided along two intersecting axes: percentage of European ancestry, driving primary allegiance and identity proximity, and skin tone of the non-white component, serving as a marker for compatibility, assimilation ease, attitude, honor alignment, and directional resentment. High percentage mixed individuals, 75 to 99% whiteness, with lighter non-white admixtures, typically from East Asian or similar geographic origins associated with structured honor cultures, rank highest among mixed, benefiting from near-full protections, robust allegiance to the core, favorable assimilation potential, and minimal phenotypic envy or resentment toward uniform lighter skins. Conversely, high percentage mixes incorporating darker admixtures descend in ranking due to reduced cultural congruence with honor virtues and elevated risk of one-way attitudinal resentment linked to dichromatic pigmentation patterns. Medium percentage mixes, 50 to 74% whiteness, follow a parallel pattern. Lighter admixtures facilitate balanced integration and attitude alignment, whereas darker components introduce greater attitudinal limits and cultural divergence. Low percentage mixes, 25 to 49% whiteness, conclude this tier, with lighter admixtures offering some elevation through compatibility and honor resonance, while darker admixtures compound the lowest positioning through diminished allegiance, lesser honor adherence, and heightened directional envy toward the lighter core population. Married categories extend this dual-dimensional evaluation to spousal dynamics, assessing the whiteness percentage of the white side partner alongside the skin tone and geographic origin of the non-white or mixed spouse. Marriages involving higher whiteness or pure spouses paired with lighter-skinned non-white partners achieve superior assimilation and support potential, reinforced by honor cultural congruence and low directional resentment. The same high whiteness spouses paired with darker-skinned partners experience moderated ranking due to increased attitudinal risks and reduced honor alignment. Lower whiteness spouses married to lighter non-white partners maintain intermediate status, enhanced by attitude factors, whereas pairings with darker partners finalize the married tier at its lowest point, reflecting compounded challenges in compatibility, honor resonance, and potential phenotypic envy. Throughout these divisions, the hierarchy preserves the primacy of whiteness percentage for allegiance while leveraging skin tone, with its associated honor gradient and resentment patterns, as a critical secondary modifier for predicting long-term societal cohesion. Extended familial inclusions and supportive outsiders. Merged categories accommodate broader familial extensions such as adoptions, blended families, and indirect relatives, ranked according to relational proximity, whiteness percentage in the linked individual, and skin tone of non-white elements. Close, direct ties involving higher whiteness proximity combined with lighter admixtures lead this tier, favored for strong allegiance, ease of assimilation, alignment with honor-centric norms, and minimal directional resentment or envy. Close ties retaining higher whiteness but incorporating darker admixtures follow, tempered by moderate attitude risks stemming from lesser honor prevalence and potential phenotypic tensions. Lower whiteness proximity in close ties with lighter admixtures secures conditional inclusion through improved compatibility and honor resonance, whereas darker admixtures significantly diminish acceptance, compounding reduced allegiance with cultural divergence and elevated one-way resentment patterns. Indirect or extended ties undergo analogous subdivision, with inclusion decreasing progressively as whiteness percentage declines, skin tones darken, honor alignment weakens, and risks of directional envy rise, thereby ensuring familial accommodations remain bounded and subordinate to core preservation. Friends of whites represent non-kin supporters who lack direct whiteness ties yet demonstrate unwavering allegiance, evaluated primarily by utility level and secondarily by skin tone's implications for honor, compatibility, and attitudinal risk. High-utility individuals from lighter-skinned, geographically compatible origins, often tied to cultures emphasizing structured honor, occupy the pinnacle of this category, qualifying for limited, temporary privileges and inclusion based on necessity and public acceptance, with allegiance effectively overriding the absence of whiteness percentage. High-utility supporters from darker origins experience moderated access despite strong endorsement, constrained by lesser honor congruence and heightened potential for directional resentment. Lower utility supporters from lighter origins benefit from favorable attitude factors and reduced envy risks, securing restricted yet viable conditional status. Lower utility individuals from darker origins face the most stringent limitations among friends of whites, as diminished honor prevalence and increased phenotypic resentment compound to elevate attitudinal misalignment risks, rendering their inclusion highly contingent on demonstrated full external support. Nons constitute the final excluded stratum, encompassing all unrelated and non-supportive individuals, differentiated solely by skin tone's predictive implications rather than any allegiance factor. Lighter-skinned neutral nons, originating from regions with greater honor adherence and lower directional resentment, remain fully barred yet pose comparatively less immediate antagonism due to partial cultural and attitudinal congruence. Darker-skinned nons, associated with minimal honor structures and pronounced one-way envy or resentment toward uniform lighter phenotypes, often linked to dichromatic pigmentation awareness, form the ultimate outsiders, marked as hostile or incompatible and denied any access, considerations, or interactions to safeguard the ethnostate's boundaries and internal harmony. This exhaustive terminal division reinforces the hierarchy's totalizing scope, ensuring every conceivable human relation to the core whiteness is classified and positioned accordingly for maximal societal stability and preservation. Internal leadership and governance principles. Within the core group of pure whites, governance structures emphasize male dominance as a fundamental principle, with leadership positions ascended through demonstrated honor, duty, diligence, and the consistent quality of decision-making that promotes societal tranquility, demographic growth, and geographical expansion when necessary. Males at the highest levels bear ultimate responsibilities for the ethnostate's direction, defense, and preservation, ensuring that decisions prioritize the well-being of the pure white population, particularly the protection of young innocents and females, before extending considerations to integrated tiers and external relations. This ascent is not influenced by financial accumulation or political maneuvering but by a competitive framework where virtuous conduct and effective outcomes determine status, fostering an environment of fairness distinct from equality, rooted in honesty, restraint, and long-term communal benefit. The internal hierarchy thus functions as a meritocracy of duty, where exemplary males rise to guide the ethnostate, safeguarding its homogeneity and cultural ideals against dilution. Female roles within this pure white segment are defined by supportive contributions, granting them equal rights, privileges, and chivalrous protections while restricting direct involvement in top decision-making. Women's perspectives on safety, comfort, and familial needs are channeled indirectly through male companions, such as husbands or partners, who present these views honestly and fairly within leadership deliberations. This mechanism integrates valuable counterforces and additional considerations without introducing emotional or social priorities that might obscure strategic focus, honoring historical Western traditions where females thrive under male guardianship. By relying on family-oriented men to convey female input, the system ensures that women's requirements are met comprehensively, maintaining domestic harmony and allowing them to contribute to societal balance in ways aligned with their protected status. Concessions for greater female influence remain contingent upon thorough assessments of the ethnostate's situational challenges and overall stability, always preserving the male-dominated focus to prevent potential vulnerabilities. Even in periods of relative calm, proactive maintenance of the structure averts future threats, reinforcing virtue-based competitions that elevate the most capable leaders. This approach aligns with observed patterns where male hierarchies have sustained order and resilience against external pressures, positioning the ethnostate for enduring prosperity through disciplined, duty-driven governance that places the core population's interests foremost. Strategic gender imperatives and competitive resilience. Male exclusivity in high-level decisions serves as a strategic imperative, providing decisive advantages against hostile outside groups and non-white societies that typically exclude females from leadership roles entirely. Such competitors, often characterized by generational enmities and histories of planning against rivals, benefit from unified, uncompromised male strategies free from internal divisions introduced by direct female participation. In contrast, permitting significant female influence within the ethnostate risks men catering to female perspectives for personal favor or broader appeal, shifting priorities toward emotional ties and social issues at the expense of rigorous protection, defense, and expansion realities, thereby creating exploitable weaknesses in intergroup competition. Indirect channels effectively mitigate these risks by enabling the honest and balanced presentation of female perspectives through established male partners, ensuring that women's needs for security, comfort, and well-being are addressed without granting them governance authority. This arrangement upholds long-standing chivalrous norms, allowing females to exert influence within familial contexts while preserving hierarchical clarity and strategic focus. Family men, particularly those with direct stakes in household stability, serve as reliable conduits for integrating countervailing views, fostering an environment where female contributions enhance societal cohesion rather than fragment decision-making processes. Contingent adjustments to the degree of indirect input are calibrated based on comprehensive evaluations of prevailing conditions, consistently prioritizing the maintenance of male structures to avoid emerging vulnerabilities even during stable phases. By filtering influences through proven intermediaries, the ethnostate reinforces its competitive edge, remaining vigilant against scheming outsiders while cultivating internal resilience. This proactive gender framework ultimately strengthens the society's capacity for sustained stability, expansion, and defense, aligning leadership dynamics with the demands of enduring intergroup rivalries. Conclusion: synthesis and coherence of the ethnostate framework. The white ethnostate framework stands as a synthesized model of societal organization, where intricate hierarchies serve the dual purpose of cultural preservation and adaptive integration. At its core, the structure employs a dual-dimensional ranking system that evaluates individuals based on the percentage of European ancestry for allegiance and skin tone of non-white elements for compatibility, attitude, and assimilation potential. This comprehensive approach extends from the unmixed pure whites at the apex, who embody the foundational essence with full rights and directional authority, down through graduated tiers of mixed, married, merged, and supportive outsiders, culminating in the exclusion of nons. Nuances such as honor gradients, where lighter skin tones correlate with cultures emphasizing virtues like loyalty and restraint, while darker tones align with lesser adherence, and directional resentment patterns, rooted in phenotypic contrasts like lighter palms in darker-skinned individuals fostering one-way envy toward uniform lightness, add layers of precision. These elements ensure that the hierarchy not only categorizes every possible human variation but also anticipates behavioral alignments, promoting cohesive adaptation to modern intermixtures without compromising the ethnostate's homogeneity. By addressing these subtleties, the model creates a resilient system capable of fostering safety, tranquility, and expansion, where each tier contributes to stability while reinforcing the core's primacy. Scientific and historical validations underpin the framework's design, highlighting how uniform, male-led systems yield evolutionary advantages in trust, cooperation, and prosperity. Evolutionary psychology elucidates in-group favoritism as an ancestral adaptation that thrives in kin-aligned environments, generating altruism and reduced tension essential for societal excellence. Behavioral genetics further supports this by identifying inherited traits that flourish under homogeneity, such as predispositions for order and analytical thought, which the ethnostate nurtures through its categorical boundaries. Historical contexts from European isolation in Nordic regions, Russian ethnic definitions via kinship, and Asian analogues like Han dominance or Yamato unity demonstrate how ethnic preservation correlates with innovation and defense, providing empirical grounding for the model's hierarchies. Gender dynamics play a pivotal role in enhancing resilience, with male exclusivity in decisions countering hostile outsiders through focused strategies, while indirect female channels maintain balance without introducing vulnerabilities. This integration of scientific insights and historical patterns affirms the ethnostate's viability as a conceptual tool for ordered societies, where male hierarchies ascended via duty and virtue ensure proactive defense against threats, sustaining long-term communal well-being. As a conceptual model, the white ethnostate illuminates potential pathways for achieving societal excellence through meticulously ordered homogeneity, offering profound scholarly insights into the interplay of heritage, virtue, and human organizational dynamics. By prioritizing pure whites as guardians of cultural and biological continuity, the framework extends protections and privileges downward through tiers that reward proximity to the core, accommodating familial complexities while excluding incompatible elements. This ordered approach not only preserves ethnic identity amid global mixtures but also adapts to relational realities, ensuring that allegiance and compatibility guide inclusions for maximal cohesion. Virtue-driven governance, with its emphasis on honor, diligence, and fair outcomes over material gains, positions the ethnostate as an ideal where competition in exemplary conduct elevates leaders capable of navigating internal and external challenges. Ultimately, it proposes a blueprint for societies seeking to harness evolutionary and historical advantages, transforming potential discord into structured harmony. In reflecting on these dynamics, the model underscores how heritage serves as a cornerstone for virtue-infused systems, where male-led hierarchies channel collective energies toward preservation and growth. The supplementary layers of honor gradients and phenotypic resentment enrich understanding of attitudinal alignments, revealing why lighter admixtures facilitate smoother assimilation and darker ones pose greater risks of tension. This nuanced perspective invites scholarly exploration into how such frameworks might mitigate envy-driven conflicts and promote honor-centric norms, fostering environments of trust and innovation. As a unified conceptual entity, the white ethnostate thus represents not merely a theoretical exercise but a lens for examining the enduring quest for societal stability through intentional design, where every element, from core purity to external boundaries, contributes to a resilient whole. Thank you for listening to the Real Free News Podcast. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and tell us what you think in the comments section. Visit realfreenews.com for more Real Free News and check out the Real Free News store for real free food and gear. Tune in again, and until then, remember to keep it real. Free News. See you next time.